Hey guys, it's XJ9 here yet again, and this is gonna be a greater necro god. And I again like a lot of these guys, like again the whole reason I make these guys is because a lot of them are like they encourage use of alts, and I don't play on alt. I don't like playing on alt, so this is how to do it if you only have one account. So first off, on task, so wear a Slayer helmet. Occult necklace. If you don't have an occult necklace, you can use a fury or something. But occult necklace is really cheap. Uh, I have a blessing, so just bring any type of blessing. An imbued Gothic cape. If you don't have uh, this, you can either use not the God Wars, the Mage Arena 1 capes, and if not, just, I don't know, use some other cape, although I think everyone has pretty much done Mage Arena 1, so. Master's Wand. If you don't have Master's Wand, just use an Ancient Staff, and it's just fine. It doesn't really matter that much, honestly. Book of Darkness gives you prayer bonus, which is really nice, and it's just really cheap. Highly recommend using this book over anything else, really. And for my top and legs, I use Ancient Robe tops. It's just the Clue Scroll prayer mage robes. Some people use Proselyte, but I find that using Proselyte, I splash a lot because of my magic level, which is 89. If you have an imbued heart, it can probably be fine to use Proselyte. However, it's not like having these mage robes doesn't help you hit. It helps ever so slightly, and it's such a minor difference in prayer. So I just bring it for the hell of it. You know, so I highly recommend wearing these robes if you're a lower level magic level. You can get away with proselyte for 99, but even if I'm 99, I'm still going to use these just because it does help the hit chance ever so slightly. It's a very small difference in terms of efficiency or whatever, and they look cooler. Okay, guys. I like using eternal boots. If you don't want to use eternal boots, you can wear infinity boots, and if you want again prayer boots, you can use devout boots, which is just fine, or holy sandals. I like the magic bonus. I personally notice it at my mage level, so that's why I use internal boots. I use Sears ring. If you don't have a Sears ring, uh, I mean, if the other rings are more expensive, such as what do you call that? The Zenite ring, the Ring of Suffering, and Ring of the Gods. I just like my magic bonus a lot. I notice it. And gloves, uh, bracelets of slaughter, because this task is very good, very AFK for the most part, and this is a relaxing task, makes good, decent GP for how much XR experience you're getting. One thing you could do is bring a swap such as the torture bracelet or whatever you call it, and that's a bit of effort, and I don't have that, so I would maybe bother that for the first few bursts, but I don't have that, so I'm not bothering swapping. Inventory, I use mithril darts. You can use like other darts like iron darts, but they're the same price, so it doesn't really matter. And it does a bit more damage, so why not? I bring prayer potions. I'm bringing, it depends on how many you have for your task. Uh, if you don't have, well, first off, if you don't have a explorer's ring, which is used a high alch, and how to high alch is you put it on high alchemy. You click alchemy. As high alchemy, you can change the low alchemy if you want, and then you just click on the thing, and that's it. Where you want high alch. If you don't have this ring, you're gonna need a bank, which isn't a bad thing at all. The only threat is someone taking your world during the 30 seconds you're banking. Only bring 2 per potions a trip, and you should have a full inventory by then. But since I am able to high alch, I'm bringing a ton of per potions to finish my trip at once. I might honestly only need 9 per potions and not 12. I'm not quite sure because I never actually really timed or kept track of how many potions I used total. I just always brought 2. However, I have a new ring, so that's why I bring the explorer's ring. Blood runes to heal yourself with blood spells. Braces of slaughter. You if you're doing the trips and you don't have the explorer's ring, you only need like one equipped, one in your inventory. If you're doing a whole long trip, one equipped and two in your inventory. I'm bringing 3 just because this only has 4 charges, so it's about to blow up honestly. Uh, my rune pouch. Rune pouch has deaths, waters, and chaos. Again, a nice thing to do is don't fill it up completely, so you can put the chaos and deaths in the pouch for inventory space. Although you will probably use it up, so it doesn't really matter that much anyway. Holy wrench because you're using so many prayer potions, And I have house tablets to teleport to my house, get my HP back up, go to the Grand Exchange fast, bank everything, and then just go back to the house again, and then use the Xerx's talisman. If you don't have a built house, with the pool and everything and teleports, that's fine. Instead of bringing a teleport tablet, bring a Xerx's talisman, and I'll show later on in this video. I'll show how to bank. Just as fine too, but the only con is your run energy might be a bit low. Probably not though, as long as you have a decent agility level. So, I mean, that's really it. So to get there again, I have a necklace inside my house, so I'm gonna go inside my house and use my necklace, my Xerx's talisman, and just go to the heart and meet these sounds. Go down. It's often very crowded. Also, make sure all the retaliate's on. It's often very crowded, so you probably will have to hop. You might even see me hop quite a few times here. Doesn't matter what room you get. Just get a room. There's 2 rooms over here. This room's taken. Adamant Kite Shields, don't pick those up. It's not really worth it. I mean, unless you have infinite high elks. This guy is probably probably his world, so I'm just gonna hop. Just try some bootleg world, like some UK world. Taken. So again, just find a world. I don't like getting into any mess with people. It's, that's taken. Hopefully this doesn't take a long time, guys. Because this is a very popular task, and this is kind of... Oh, it's not really prime time, actually. Oh. Oh, this is the world. So, protect melee, have your darts on. Just start throwing your darts at each one. Aggro them all. Once you have them aggroed, I like doing this wall, and just click back and forth like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like that. And once they're all clumped up like this, you can just start bursting them. And that's really all there is to these regular ones. You can start getting new ones if there's only like two. Like I would say maybe like 1 or 2 left, and they're like low and not dying. Sometimes even 3. Just go and aggro more and kill them. Uh, the thing is, they spawn these death spawns, so sometimes your burst will actually hit the death spawns and knock the necrals, and that's why it's not actually a bad thing that you're only attacking like 4 or 5 of them instead of like the whole group, just because uh you're gonna be hitting the death spawns, and it takes up damage. If and when you're luring them, you also want to lure them really fast. Like, and that's why I kind of encourage try to kill a lot of them before luring more, because if you take a while to lure, they're gonna spawn so many death spawns, and your XP rate's gonna suffer because of it, because there's gonna be so many already. It crumbles. You just want to equip. So see, at this point, you want to loot fast. Get go aggro. They're gonna spawn. Not really worth killing those things. Just want to re-aggro them. Let's go back. And again, just use your ring to high elk if there's anything valuable. I don't bother picking up like admin kite shields and rune daggers. Again, it's fine if you have the high alchemy, but it's not really worth it if you are doing banking trips. And the only other thing you have to worry about is the superior. The superior is actually a bit uh, deadly, unless you're using Blood Barrage, in which you can probably just stand here and tank them. However, if you're a low magic level like me, what you need to do is just run away from him instantly as soon as he spawns and just far cast him. The Necrals will actually block the way and make it so he can't reach you, and you actually hit other Necrals in the process. So that's nice. Uh, Another thing is the always cast Blood Burst whenever you need to heal, and the thing is he spawns 3 different a melee range and a magic minion death spawn, and if that happens, just run like all the way to this room and then run back, and they will de-aggro. And just make sure that when you're using your Farcast him, not to AoE him, like maybe even just used a single target barrage spell. Yep, and just attack again. Do it quickly. This. I don't bring an herb sack because the chance of getting multiple randers is very low, and you can if you care about picking up every single thing. To me, it's not really worth it though. A nice thing is you can just equip your wand, and then since your auto retaliates on, you don't even need to click on them. You'll just aggro as soon as you stop clicking, which is really nice. And yeah, during this bursting, you just put on your ring, alchemy. Oh, just click on them. It doesn't matter when because you're just aggroing. So that's really all there is to it. And you just put back your Sears ring, don't alch your rings or whatever. I don't know what the heck happens if you do that. And after this bunch, I'm going to show what you do when your inventory is full if you don't have access to this ring or your ring's out of charges. And again, if you don't have this ring or it's out of charges, only bring 2 potions. You'll only need 2 potions each time you go here. And uh, yeah, that's it. Like that's really all you're going to need. Those 2 potions. Just let me finish this little bunch. Just to demonstrate what to do. That's good enough. This is loot again. I don't bother picking up like air runes and stuff. So all you need to do is like if you ain't bank, just run away. If this is Xeric's talisman, you would click teleport to heart. But since I have a house tablet, I just teleport to house fast. I use rejuvenation pool, get my prayer up and stuff. And I actually I go to the Grand Exchange first to quickly bank. So oh well, I can't show that, guys. But just bank fast, and that's it. And then and just teleport back and go back inside. However, if you have Xeric's talisman, this is where you would go. So you would go to the heart, you click 4, then just run west. You could also bring a ring of dueling if you want and teleport there. However, I don't know. I just find that a bit tedious due to having an extra inventory and it's just more to remember. So again, just go up here and there's your bank. And then you just bank your stuff, have 2 potions, braces of slaughter, and go back. Also, a nice thing is, since you're probably out of prayer or very close, there's an altar right here. Get your prayer back up. If you're only like 50 HP, doesn't really matter because you can just instantly blood barrage and all your HP back up. And that's really all there is to it to this task. Pretty simple. And I just think, again, the reason I make these is just because I couldn't find a good guide on how I would want to do Nechryaels. It's usually just alts. This is for people with 1 account, no alts, no help, no nothing. Okay. So if you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment, like, and stuff. Yeah, any suggestions on what you might want, tell me. Again, I just do things I couldn't find. I use these as a reference for myself as well. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.